Check 1 2. Check 1 2. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Check 1 2. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Welcome, everybody. It is time for the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week live on YouTube. We are getting towards the end of the 2018-2019 regular season, and we've got what should be a good one between a couple of teams that are looking to make the MIAA postseason. They are Mashpee Monomoy and John Paul II. Both just a few points away from clinching a spot. You just got to get to 500 to make the dance, and these two teams are right there. So this is a big one for both. Could be a conservative game, we'll see, or it could be lots of offense. Only time will tell. But both of these teams certainly wanting to get 2 points out of this one. They both won't be able to. They both might get 1 point. And we'll turn things over to the other side of the rink as the starting lineups get announced. You gonna be warm enough? You're not.
Monomoy Mashpee. Starting off in goal, number 1, Captain York. Number 4, Noah Candelo. Number 6, Noah McGovern. Number 10, Kyle Gabry. Number 12, Max Abao. And number 18, Tommy Doody. And we welcome the rest of the modern squad. It is gentlemen's time. Welcome your St. John Paul Lions. Starting off in goal, number 35, Captain Henry Jones. Defense at left defense, number 10, Chris Weber. And right defense, number 12, Anthony Kent. The left wing, number 8, DJ Marr. The centerman, number 2, Joey Manning. And the right wing tonight, number 16, Ben Baxter. And the rest of the line squad. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to have the food drive and we will have
We're just about set for high school hockey here at the Hyannis Youth Community Center. John Paul II has an overall record of 9-7-1. According to head coach Chris Kent, in his first year as the head coach for the Lions, he says that the team in its final 4 games needs 3 points. So that's a win and a loss or 3 ties. Any way you slice it, they need 3 points. Mashpee Monomoy's head coach Chris Peterson says they just need 2 points. And likewise, they've only got 4 games left. So that's either 4 ties or 2 wins or somewhere in between. And their record overall is 7-7-2. Should clarify for John Paul II, state tournament qualifying record is 8-7-1. So they've got the 1 excluded win. Your starting goaltenders should be no surprise for those who have been watching these 2 teams this season, especially on the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. The last time they played here at the HYCC was broadcast on the air, but it was Mashpee Monomoy, the home team, and John Paul II, the road team. This time, it's the opposite. But the goaltenders are Henry Klim for JP2 and Jack Daniel for Mashpee Monomoy. Both very good goaltenders. So I'd say in the pregame, you can see a conservative game. Maybe not a conservative game, but also there's a possibility that we'll still see a low-scoring affair anyway because of the very good goaltending on both sides. Bringing it across the line on the near wing is Noah Tambolio. Just flips it in front, and it'll go all the way to the far half wall. And playing it down low is Nolan McGovern. It goes around to the near side. We've played about 45 seconds of this first period. Cleared out the center by John Paul II, and down into the Mashpee zone, where it is sent around by Kyle Gabri, and it'll be returned to Gabri, and he'll get it out the center. For John Paul II, the Lions trying to move the puck through the neutral zone, but it winds up back onto the stick of Gabri, who turns on the pinball flipper to the near side, and it's gotten out by Noah Tambolio, but not before he was checked hard into the boards by Sean Roycroft. Picked up behind his own net by Jack Sherwood, thrown in front, and this one will go out the center, but it is Mashpee Monomoy again. Cole Curry lost it. Jack Daniel makes a save on a breakaway chance by Mike Kornick. Curry lost it, turned into a turnover, and a good chance for John Paul II, but steady save made by Daniel. Wearing the C on his jersey, it's not too unusual to see the goaltenders wear C's, as I've come to learn here, wearing or watching Cape Cod High School hockey. Several goalies are designated captains, and Daniel is one of them. Maybe Klim is too. Yeah, Klim's a captain as well. Played ahead, and then sent to the red line by Cam Archibald, and then a big check as Mashpee looks to get the puck back. That's 8-on-5, so that was Colin Hatton getting hit hard by Cam Coombers, a big kid out there. Mashpee Monomoy's changing. Now there's a player coming in to force the issue for John Paul II. That's Mike Valerio, and now we picked up on the far half wall Sean Roycroft, but he is forced out the center, trying to bowl his way ahead. On that play was Tom Doobie, and now it is brought in by Noah Tambolio. It was knocked off his stick briefly, and he regains control as Noah Tambolio works it out to the line. Kyle Gabri tried to feed it back to Tambolio, but good presence there by Sean Roycroft, and it's JP2 getting it out. We've played over 2.5 minutes now of this first period and still looking for our first goal. Breakaway save made by Daniel a little bit ago. Best chance we've seen so far. Gabri gets out the center, gets past a couple of players, then lost control of it. It was played the other way by Jack Richards. Mashpee Monomoy sending it in, and a shot on goal from the far side was stopped by Henry Klim. Last time these two teams played was back in December. It was a 2-1 win for Mashpee Monomoy. They scored the first 2 goals. And then John Paul II cut the lead in half, but that's as close as they got. Head coach Peterson for Mashpee Monomoy says since then he thinks both of these teams are completely different. A little bit of trouble for Anthony Kent as he tried to get it out the center. aggregate here is Jack Richards playing it from his own zone out to neutral ice. And now Mashpee Monomoy recontrolling in their own zone, but a turnover out to center as Cole Curry threw it out. John Paul II is in. Shot in the slot was blocked, and it's put in a follow-up. It is Joey Manning after DJ Marr's initial chance would not go, and then Manning follows up and puts John Paul II up 1-0.
Way to go, buddy!
Another turnover for Mashpee Monomoy. I hate to single out Cole Curry, but it was another turnover from him. You hate to single out any player unless it's necessary, but have to single out number 9 there. Mars gets the only assist on that goal. So 1-0 the score. JP2 almost makes it 2-0 on a pass a little bit backdoor there to Charlie Baroni on the glove side of Daniel, and Daniel makes the save to stop him. Four minutes, 16 seconds played here in the first period. And it was Mars right up the gut after that turnover into center ice. Score! It's 2-0. A slapper from Curtis Weber. Very quickly, John Paul II does double its lead. That came quickly off the faceoff. And it was a power play goal. Didn't hear the first assist, but the second one was Mars, so he's got now a 2-point game. Noah Tambolio gets hit hard in neutral zone in open ice too by Anthony Kent. Here's a 2-on-1 for JP2. Daniel stops the shot from Sean Roycroft. It was passed to him from the wing. John Paul II is coming out flying. Didn't see the penalty that led to the power play, but right off the face-off in the offensive zone, JP2 made very quick work of what was the first power play of the game. Now sent into the Mashpee zone. A little trouble here for Jack Stones. He tried to get to the puck, thrown out in front. A backhander not getting all of that was Jack Homa. And it goes to the near half wall and trying to muscle it out. Cam Coomer's success, but then it's iced. We have complete up-to-date info on John Paul II's stats. So we can tell you for Manning, who scored the first goal, that's his 10th of the year. That puts him into the double-digit category, the only John Paul II player now currently with double-digit goals. And for Weber, that's his 9th of the season, so he's close to joining that club as well. All Mashpee Monomoy, or all John Paul II rather, to start off this contest between a couple of teams that are on the doorstep of the MIAA postseason. Just about halfway through the first. Kyle Gabri, a little nudge into Will Delman. And Gabri to the near side, escapes out the center, passes it ahead. Potent offense, Mashpee Monomoy. You know, they're not going to go this whole game without making any noise. They just think needs to probably get settled down a little bit at this point. Gabri ahead, up the middle, Max Aboud, shot missing. Aboud scoring in, I believe, the most recent game. Mashpee Monomoy's stats, we have them pretty close to up to date. Aboud's, I'm trying to remember, it was if I was told to add to what you might currently see online, Aboud either 1 or 2. That's what you don't really carry a notepad around and you get burned on these things. Now the Monarchs are into the offensive zone. Keep in attempt by Tom Doobie unsuccessful. Now Doobie will just send it back in. And it's John Paul II getting it back. Going the other way, Ben Baxter. Shot on goal, and the save is made by Gagno. 7:19 to go in the first period. Why don't we tell you about our sponsors for this game? Cape Cod Healthcare. Cape Cod Healthcare's urgent care centers, ER-trained doctors, urgent care convenience in Hyannis, Sandwich, Falmouth, and Harwich. Get fast access to expert care for minor injuries, illness, or to x-ray suspected sprain or broken bone. No appointment necessary. Visit www.capecodhealth.org for more information. Cape Cod Healthcare, urban healthcare. And the game's also being brought to you by Monomoy Real Estate and Construction, servicing all your home buying, construction, and rental needs. Call them at 508-945-0460 or visit them online at monomoyrc.com. 2-0 the score. John Paul II leads Mashpee Monomoy. Goals from Joey Manning and Curtis Weber. Now at the center, this one goes down to the Mashpee zone, and it's icing on John Paul II. John Paul II's on a 2-game losing streak. Their last win was against Durfee, 6-0 win on January 30th. So they're 0 for February. They lost 3-2 to Latin Academy and 4-2 to Lowell Catholic. Actually, I'm sorry, 4-3 was the score. That was their most recent game. That came back on Saturday last weekend. Play out the center by Cole Curry. Sent back into the John Paul II zone, and Curry's got it behind his own net. He'll play it to the near side, and there's Jack Homa threatening, and he'll just flip it off the end boards. To the far side, and out the center, and here's Noah Tambolio, one-on-one with the JP2 defense, and shot on the wing, save made by Henry Klim. Well, at this point, that may have been the best chance that Mashpee Monomoy has. It wasn't much, but when you factor in that it was Noah Tambolio, that turns the routine chances into a little bit something more, and a stop again from Klim. This shot came in from the point by Nolan McGovern. So we now have 6 minutes and 3 seconds to go in this first period. One power play in this game so far, and JP2 capitalized on it. And now we get an icing call. And as far as Mashpee Monomoy's recent schedule is concerned, they are not on any streak of any kind because, well, a winless streak. I just forgot how you characterize those. It's been a while since I've been involved in the world of ties. All hockey used to have ties a long time ago, and then starting with the NHL and down to just, I guess, past the high school and college. Shootouts instead of ties. But it was Mashpee Monomoy tying Middleborough Hull 3-3 on Saturday. And then before that, they lost 5-0 to Nantucket. And they beat Martha's Vineyard 4-2 before that. That was their last win. That came in January. So in a sense, these teams are both 0 for February. Swept along by Ben Baxter. It's back for Kyle Gabri to send it into the neutral zone. And it's right back into the possession of JP2. And here's skidding ahead with it, Ben Baxter, and he was checked as he tried to advance. Mashpee Monomoy clears. Straddling the line, then Lucas Tambolio. Lucas Tambolio gets wedged off by Jack Richards. Played to the end boards, back from where it came. Now it's a loose puck out in the slot. A big save made by Klim on that blast from Owen McGovern, and somebody hit it with a high stick after that. And that appears to be where that whistle came from. Getting all of that shot was McGovern as it bonked out to him. Four and a half to go in the first period. Played to the near side of the JP2 zone. And along the boards and then sent back in by Cole Curry. There were multiple Monarchs going in for the forecheck, but one of them peeled back. Now into the Mashpee zone. Curry worked on by Sean Roycroft. Roycroft punched it along far side. It came back for a shot. That just skitters through the crease from Jack Sherwood. And now cleared out. Sherwood will chase this down. He's got one player coming in on him. That's Lucas Garneau. But it is gotten out to center by the Lions. And skated ahead by Mike Kornick. Kornick loses it on the near side, and Curry gets it right back out to center. A little bit of trouble there trying to kick it to himself. Was wide Archibald and didn't do so in time. And it's played back into the Mashpee Monomoy zone. Garneau loses it as it goes out the center for Curtis Weber, goal scorer. Back for a pass out by Anthony Kent, and icing on John Paul II with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go in this first period. This is the first of two games that are being broadcast for the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. We've got Sandwich versus Dennis Yarmouth after this one. That is coming to you live from Gallo Arena in Buzzards Bay. And Sandwich is also knocking on the door for a playoff spot. Dennis Yarmouth, not so much. 3 out of the 4 teams being broadcast tonight could be headed to the postseason if they are able to get the appropriate amount of wins. Now this one's pushed ahead by Will Delman. Delman shot, and getting back just in time was one of the two Mashpee defensemen to disrupt that, Nolan McGovern. Just got the stick in there a little bit to make that shot not as threatening. Penalty's been called to Mashpee Monomoy. And perhaps from that sequence we just saw, John Paul II gets its second power play. Slashing to Nolan McGovern. Manning shot. Save made by the pads of Daigneault. Big rebound given up. Monarchs unable to clear. And a shot from the line by Curtis Weber is snared by the glove of Daigneault. So John Paul II, 1 for 1 on the power play. They win this face-off. Weber shuffling the feet, offloading to the near side. Joey Manning gives it back. Weber started to slap it and then pounded the ice. And then on the follow-up in front, it was cleared by Mashpee Monomoy. 2:10 to go in the first period, and as I say, a minute left on the power play. Skating through neutral is Joey Manning. He finds the entrance, but then finding the puck immediately after that, Tom Doobie. And clearing. 100 seconds remaining in the first. Good escape out the center by Weber. Weber keeps on motoring through, tried to shoot it. Kyle Gabri neutralized him a little bit. Right in front, score! Power play goal, what a feed from DJ Mars to Sean Roycroft. 3-0 John Paul II. And this power play looks pretty good for John Paul, too. They're 2 for 2.
St. John Paul, power play goal, scored by number 17, Sean Roycroft. 6-8, DJ Mars, number 10, Curtis Weber.
Curtis Weber picks up the second assist, so he's got 2 points, and Roycroft's got his 3rd goal of the season, the junior. What a pass that was. Mars to the blocker side of Daniel. He really has not had much of a chance on any of these goals that have been scored by John Paul II. Great start to the hockey game. This offense looks very good for John Paul II. Best I've seen now. This is the 3rd game I've seen them. Unsuccessful clear attempt by Doobie. And out the center. A little stop there by Noah Tambolio and just threw it across the Barnstable High School logo. It's a turnover and a blast. Save Daniel rather on the shot from Mike Kornek. 20 seconds now left in the first period. Out to the point for Jack Richards. Right into the slot. Backhander. Good effort there in front by Kornek. Very fluid motion there. Unsuccessful once again, the clear attempt by Mashpee. Shot, save Daniel on the shot from the point by Richards. Now another shot comes in from the near side. One more save for Daniel, and the first period is over. Goals from Manning, Weber, and Roycroft. And the folks here at Hyannis Youth Community Center salute that effort from John Paul II. After 15 minutes, they lead 3-0. And we'll be back with the second period here in Hyannis in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody, to the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. It is Mashpee Monomoy versus John Paul II. It is 3-0 John Paul II after one period of play. Joey Manning got the first goal on an assist from DJ Mars, who went on to assist the next two goals. They were both power plays. Curtis Weber with the second shot, or second goal rather. The second assist on the Weber goal. Ben Baxter, and then Mars and Weber put up assists on the third goal from Sean Roycroft. That was a power play tally as well. John Paul II is 2 for 2 on the power play. See if Mashpee Monomoy made any adjustments in the first period and second period of the intermission. Whatever you want to say, the first intermission. That's how that's phrased. Shot blocked. The second one in front from Joey Manning, just missing. Daniel makes the save on a hard slap shot from Ben Baxter. This is not a power play. And a shot off the crossbar and out of play. Ben Baxter once again with a hard slap shot. And that one pinged the iron and into the safety netting. Hyannis Youth Community Center, we have the safety netting all across the rink. A shot off the backside of somebody. That slap shot from Jack Richards, and off a check on the near side. There's going to be a penalty coming up to John Paul II, and it'll be the first power play of the contest for Mashpee Monomoy. Looks like interference to DJ Mars. Right off the face-off, it's hurled down, and Daniel lets it go off him. And behind the net, Cole Curry, captain for Mashpee Monomoy, playing to the near side. It's, I'm sorry, elbowing was actually the call to Mars. It's brought in to the zone by Noah Tambolio. Near side, flipping it was Nolan McGovern. It was gloved down. Curry keeping it in up top. To the left side, Tambolio wrister, and that one just missing. It goes right to McGovern on the near side, who sends it back along. And now Noah Tambolio on the far side, passes. McGovern, as Mashpee Monomoy keeps playing it around the perimeter. And sent along the far side, not able to keep that in, was Noah Tambolio. And it goes all the way down, and this power play is halfway over. Power play unit staying out there, and almost a shorthanded chance. Almost brought back in across the line there by Mike Kornek, who stayed onside and then got a shorthanded shot on goal. They're down the ice. Nothing happening for Monarchs on this, their first power play of the game. To the near side, Noah Tambolio. He gets across the line. Noah Tambolio, back for Kyle Gabri, works it quickly for Cole Curry. Wrister, and there was a screen in front from Lucas Garneau, but that shot would not go. Garneau in the corner, right out in front onto the stick of Jack Richards, and Richards gets it out the center, makes Curry miss. Richards shot, glove save made by Jack Daniel. And it'll be a defensive zone draw for Mashpee Monomoy as they play the final 6 seconds of their power play. We played 2 minutes and 32 seconds of this first period. I think we're ready to go now. Monarchs will likely go 0 for 1 here as it's played along the end boards. And to the near side now, it escapes out to center ice. And the man's out of the box. We are back to 5-on-5. Watching the action in front of him, Jack Stone played along the near side. Kept in on the line by Curtis Weber. Trying to center it was Joey Manning, unsuccessful. Manning still has the puck. He passes, Baxter scores! Ben Baxter, perfect pass from Joey Manning. And a hard low shot by Baxter makes it 4-0 John Paul II. Well, we talked about the double-digit goal-scoring club being a pretty exclusive one for John Paul II. Ben Baxter now joins that club. His 4th goal of the game, Baxter's 10th of the season, his 25th point. And he does lead the team in points. Joey Manning and Curtis Weber now with big points in this one. Icing is called on John Paul II. Manning with a goal and an assist. Weber with a goal and 2 assists. And DJ Mars, that's the first goal he hasn't scored on. He's got 3 assists. Hard shot off the face-off, Noah Tambolio. Good glove save made by Henry Klim. I think all it'll take is 1 goal from Mashpee to make them feel like they can turn things around, but that first goal is often so hard to come by. As the sticks start to get gripped a little tighter. John Paul II scores the first goal here of the second period. Kept in on the far side. Shot was stopped and then rebound cleared out. It was Cole Curry with that shot. And then it's icing on John Paul II. 10:40 remaining here in the second period. Again, a reminder, coming up from Gallo Arena in Buzzards Bay, it'll be Sandwich against Dennis Yarmouth. We got 2 games coming up next week. And I can proudly say that I got all of the Cape and Islands high school hockey contingent in this first year of the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. Martha's Vineyard and Bourne will be on. Out the center. John Paul II just tried to send a couple of guys forcefully over the blue line. It did not happen. It's Jack Richards playing it across. Gunned along, but then it was played back in. And now John Paul II shallow into the neutral zone. Mashpee Monomoy getting new players out on the ice as it was dumped in, and the dump and change. Jack Richards, Mike Kornek, 1 versus several as he tried to penetrate. Anthony Kent leaves it this way to the near side. Oh, man. Well, you saw that. So here was the sequence of events. There was a hard hit on the near half wall by Lucas Tambolio. Then Richards came in on him after the whistle, and then Richards got hit by Archibald. Now, what we've got up on the scoreboard is 2 minutes for Archibald. Two players in the sin bin for Mashpee Monomoy. That's Archibald and Tambolio. And Richards for John Paul II. Took a little bit to sort that all out, but ultimately what we're getting here is another power play for John Paul II, on which they have been lethal. 2 for 2. Here are the calls. Archibald and Temple. All three of them get 2-minute minors for cross-checking. That's Archibald, Tambolio, that's Cam Archibald and Lucas Tambolio, and Jack Richards. All get 2-minute cross-checking minors. Blast from downtown by Curtis Weber off the glass, and then it's cleared. Power play's halfway over. It's brought across the line by Joey Manning. Manning turns it from the corner, and now farther along the far side boards, falling as he passes Curtis Weber. All's well that ends well. Played around to the near side, kept in by Baxter, who's got the latest goal for John Paul II. Hammer time, blocked by the leg of Tom Doobie, and cleared. That one stung Doobie a little bit, but he stays out there for the remainder, perhaps, of this penalty-killing shift. Let's see. He has no intention of going to the bench. And played down. Good penalty-killing effort by Mashpee. Down to 25 seconds on the power play. Pulling up a little bit is Weber. To Baxter with 15 seconds left on the power play. Manning, drop pass, Sean Roycroft, shot missing, and then after it hit the glass, it touches the safety netting. Whistle with 7 seconds left. This will likely be a neutral zone draw. Face-off win for John Paul II. Baxter pass, stabbed ahead by Curtis Weber. JP2 has to regroup, and now it's dumped in diagonally to the Mashpee Monomoy zone. Halfway through the second period, and therefore halfway through the contest. Jim McCabe here with you for the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week, live on YouTube. 4-0 the score. 3 goals for John Paul II in the first, 1 here in the second. Now it's sent into the John Paul II zone. Klim is out to stop it. Turning with this, Roycroft. He punches to the far side wall, got to the puck, and got it out to center. Now it's sent into the Mashpee zone. Alex Tosi, first time we're calling his name, played it along. And it'll be returned to him by Cole Curry. Further along the near side, there's several JP2 players on this near side, and it's sent down low. Trying to get control of this is Kornek. Thrown out through the circle, top of it, shot, filtered on through. That shot coming in from Anthony Kent, and now on the follow-up action, there's a penalty being called. Ball's tripping to the Mashpee player, that's Tosi, on what I think is probably his first shift of the game. John Paul II power play is 2 for 3. Taking this face-off for John Paul II is Joey Manning. On his wings, he's got Sean Roycroft and DJ Mars. And shot comes in from the point. Baxter stopped in front. Loose puck. Backhanded in! By Sean Roycroft. He's got his second of the game. And it's the third power play goal of the contest for John Paul II to make it 5-zip. Nomination for John Paul II. They are running the show right now. DJ Mars picks up the only assist, as you hear our public address say. That is the 4th assist of the game for Mars, a 4-point night for him. The only goal he hasn't factored on is the 4th one scored by Baxter. 3 out of 4 power plays have been scored on for John Paul II. Suffice it to say, Mashpee Monomoy cannot afford to take any more penalties at this point. It is killing them. Kyle Gabri, wrister, and that one was a dart. Comes quickly out in front off the end glass carom, but nothing more happening there for the Monarchs. It's the Lions going the other way, but then checked off the stick of Sean Roycroft and back out the center. Good kick chop to himself from Mike Kornek, and he launches a pass that connects to the stick of Charlie Baroni. Baroni will chase it down. He won't get to it first. That will go to Nolan McGovern, and McGovern getting away, putting on a little break job there, and then pirouetting with Baroni closing in on him, and finally gotten rid of. And to the near side with just 5 minutes and change now remaining in the second period. Out the center, Richards from the red line will just hoist it in. Directing traffic is Daigneault for Gabri to play it in the direction that Daigneault directed him to do. And that puck on the far side is now controlled by Noah Tambolio, but tried to walk it out. There's a turnover, jabbing, and the puck will roll to Daigneault, who melts it down. This game is being brought to you by Cape Cod Healthcare and Cape Cod Healthcare's Urgent Care Centers. ER-trained doctors, urgent care convenience in Hyannis, Sandwich, Falmouth, and Harwich. Visit www.capecodhealth.org for more information. Cape Cod Healthcare, urgent healthcare. Face-off win for John Paul II. Not able to keep that in at the point was Curtis Weber. 5-on-5 hockey here as we are less than 5 minutes to go until the second period intermission. Jabbed along the far side, and it was Lucas Garneau getting it out. Just found a little bit of space there. Cole Curry at his own line plays it ahead. Here's Garneau. Garneau, wristing it, heading the end boards. And out the center ice, and it's 2-on-2 for John Paul II. Pass ahead, Manning. Oh man, what a move that was. In stride, almost able to spin that one in the slot. And that's the kind of night it is for John Paul II. Here's Baxter on the wing. Baxter, wrister, save made, rebound. Manning, and a save made again by Daigneault. John Paul II just is coming in waves. Their offense is impressive. And we want to remind you also that this game's sponsorship includes Monomoy Real Estate and Construction, offering real estate construction management and development services. Give them a call, 508-945-0460, or visit their website, monomoyrc.com. Under 3.5 to go in the third shot from the point, and almost redirected right in front from Anthony Puccillo. Loose puck, backhand jab along by Wyatt Archibald. Mashpee Monomoy trying to keep it in. Puck on the far half wall. Behind the play, Wyatt Archibald went down, got back up, didn't see what happened there, and now it's taken by John Paul II after Mashpee Monomoy couldn't quite get the puck movement to work effectively there. Will Delman on the near side of the Mashpee zone slides it out in front. It goes on through, and then it's sent back near side by Wyatt Archibald. Another shot comes in, sits there in the slot, and there's a penalty coming up to John Paul II. Relief for Mashpee Monomoy in the last few minutes here of the second. They'll get their second power play of the contest. Oh no, this is... well, okay, let's see. They're calling a misconduct penalty against Nolan McGovern, but it was Mashpee Monomoy with control of that puck while that was delayed penalty. And there's nobody in the penalty box for John Paul II, so now the scorer's table wants the attention of the referee. Not sure what happened there, but now they have put the two up, so it's a penalty against Nolan McGovern right in front. Roycroft almost got the hat trick. Just a cross. He got 2 for cross-checking and 10-minute misconduct for unsportsmanlike. That all assessed to Nolan McGovern. Pass to the near side for Ben Baxter. Baxter with 1 goal. He gives it over and gets it back from Curtis Weber, and he unloads. Just missing. Sent around the far side, rolling disc is settled down by Weber, kept in the slot, advancing Manning, shot right on, save made by Jack Daigneault. 1 minute, 34 seconds remaining in the second period. 53 seconds left on the power play. The 5th of the game for John Paul II. They're 3 for 4. Mashpee Monomoy's got a little over a period to try and figure this out. They're down big, and nothing's been working for them so far. It's been all JP2. Manning advancing shot, and this would be an absolute backbreaker if JP2 can score with 80 seconds, now less than that, remaining in the second period to go up by 6. Manning slipping through to the slot. Shot, and that one stopped in the skates of Alex Tosi. Power play continues for another 20 seconds. Manning, Weber, slapper. Score! Off the post and in. Weber shot it. I think that's his. Yeah, why wouldn't it be? It's 6-0. Fourth power play goal of the game for John Paul II. Look out for this game. It's already been chippy. Might get a little chippier with Mashpee down the score they're down. Oh, they give it to Roycroft. Okay, so we've got another penalty coming up, but first, let's tell you that it's a hat-trick goal for Sean Roycroft. Weber picks up the primary assist. He shot the puck, and I guess they say it went off the post and then, I guess, off Roycroft. There's a John Paul II player down here and getting attention from the trainer. Secondary assist on that one was Anthony Pacillo. That's his first point of the game. We're going to take a look here on the feed. I'm still a little behind here. See if I can advance. Still down is that player. Now I think he's getting up. Trying to look at two things at once here. I think the cheering is for the fact that is the player starting to move up, and he is. Still cannot see who that is. That is, I believe, Mike Kornak. Yeah, that's Mike Kornak who was down. Now I think we'll take a look here and be uninterrupted. It was just a check on the wall there. And that check on the wall is going to get Cam Coomer a 5-minute major. I don't think there was anything going on before that. That happened as we were in the process of listening for the information on the sixth goal, which, by the way, in case you need just one more refresher, hat-trick time for Sean Roycroft. And let's see if we can, I don't know if we'll have time here now. Let's see if I time this right. Wait. Referee is over at the Mashpee bench. May have deflected in front on that sixth goal for John Paul II. Obviously, Weber shot it. Save here. Weber shoots, or Baxter does. Elbowing against Coomer and a game misconduct. So we won't see him again. And this is now going to be power play number 6 for John Paul II. They can score as many times as they want. This will carry over into the second period. A third of the third period is going to include this 5-minute major. And we'll see if anything else comes of this as far as more power play goals. It's been a great night for John Paul II. On the man advantage, they are well on their way to getting a win in this one. Mashpee Monomoy trails 6-0 to John Paul II. We'll recap the scoring for you at the start of the third, and we'll come back and resume and conclude this Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week live on YouTube from Hyannis. We'll be back in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. The Cape Cod School Hockey Game of the Week continuing here between Mashpee Monomoy and John Paul II. I didn't see, I guess, during the intermission, the feed appeared to cut out. Good thing I noticed, I guess. Apparently just required a refreshing of the Wi-Fi, and we're back on here. John Paul II starts off this third period on the power play. 5-minute major assessed to Cam Coomer on an elbowing call at the end of the second period. Took a little bit for Mike Kornak to get back up after he was down for the injury. Jack Daniel making the save on this shot from Curtis Weber, who's got a goal in this one. Let's recap the goals scored by John Paul II. The first one, Joey Manning, assisted by DJ Mars. Second goal of the contest, scored by Curtis Weber. Assist Ben Baxter and Mars. It was 3-0 JP2 on the first of 3 goals by Sean Roycroft. This puck sits there after the initial shot came in, and now it's cleared out by John Paul II. Roycroft's first goal assisted by Mars and Curtis Weber. 4-0 it was made by JP2 on a goal from Ben Baxter. assisted by Joey Manning and Curtis Weber. Roycroft made it 5-zip, assisted by DJ Mars, and 6-0, assisted by Charlie Baroni, or I beg your pardon, that's correct, Baroni. Do I have that right? I believe, Baroni, if I wrote that down correctly, Baroni picking up the first assist. And also assisted Antonio Pacillo. No, I'm sorry, I had that wrong. The first assist on that one was Weber. So Weber's got the 1 goal and 2 assists. Mars has 4 assists. You have several players picking up multiple points. And while we were recapping that, another penalty against Mashpee Monomoy. I think the obvious down factor for them in this one has been penalties. I don't think you have to think too hard about that one. This is power play number 7. We'll keep adding to that if any goals are scored here. So far on this 5-minute major that's halfway through, John Paul II has been held off the score sheet, and now they are operating on 5-on-3, which, if nothing else, is just going to make this just about impossible for Mashpee Monomoy to come back. Reason we had that whistle was a penalty called against John Paul II. It was against Sean Roycroft. Tripping was the call. So that'll neutralize the second penalty. And we're going to have some 4-on-3 time now with 12 minutes and change remaining in the third period. So the most important stat line for you here tonight is right now Roycroft with his hat trick, leading the way for this John Paul II offense that started early and often finding the back of the net. This one ticketed for the top corner of the net initially, it looked like, but then it went up high on that shot from the near side by Curtis Weber, and then we'll get a whistle after that. Skating ahead is Joey Manning. Manning, urging from the John Paul II bench to spread out. It is sent out in front from the goal line. Looking to connect to Manning there was DJ Mars and maybe pick up his, he's already got the hat trick plus 1 of assists, looking for his 5th. Didn't happen there. Manning advancing near circle. As the sweep check was coming in, he got it back for Baxter, wrists it wide. That's going to be a hard carry, and not able to keep it in is Joey Manning. He will go out. We now have some 4-on-4 time. Just about kill off the 5-minute major from Mashpee Monomoy that they got late in the second period. Brought across the line by Baxter. Wrister, hard one, and that is in. It's a touchdown plus an extra point for John Paul II. Baxter's got his 2nd. And the 5th. No, we're still on 4-on-4. I was going to say 5th power play goal. No, it's a 4-on-4 goal.
All goals scored by number 16, Brett Baxter. 7 of the night. Assisting number 2, Joey Manning.
Joey Manning picks up the only assist. Now Manning's got a three-point night himself. Shot coming in, and Henry Klim making that save. This is back Kyle Gabri. Hammer time. That got on goal. Save was made by Gabri. Good effort to block it from Roycroft, who has 3 goals in this game, and he's playing defense as well. His team up 7-0. I'm sure his coaching staff loves that. We're finally back to even strength. Literally, as soon as I said that, penalty spotted. And looks like Mashpee Monomoy is going back on the power play, on the penalty kill rather. Gabri make this the 7th power play of the game for John Paul II. Charging was the call to Gabri. John Paul II is looking for its 5th power play goal of the game, if they can get it here. Just under 9.5 to go in this 3rd period. Cross-ice pass works. Near side, it's brought across the line by Manning. Pulls up on the near half wall, looks for his options. He had Mars skating by him. Manning will spin. He'll pass out to Weber, who then passes to the left side for Ben Baxter. Back to Weber, but he wasn't in the zone. Now force the Lions to go back out the center. Brought in by Baxter. On the goal line. Getting away from Curry. Spins it out to the front for a shot by Manning that misses. Sean Roycroft plays it down low. Behind the net, it's DJ Mars. Near half wall, Manning getting through pressure. Tried to get through a couple of Mashpee defenders there. The puck separated. It's back for a shot, Baxter, and that one would not go. Far side, shoveled along by Curtis Weber, and played down the ice. And 8 minutes remaining in the 3rd. Now what? Another penalty being called here, but this is against Curtis Weber. Let's see if we can see what the call was there. A little bit of a tie-up to the right of the Mashpee bench, I believe, is what led to that penalty. We'll hear what the call was here in just a moment. Oh, they got Weber for roughing. It's just the 2nd power play of the game for Mashpee Monomoy. Face-off win for Mashpee. Curry, wrister, missed. Aiming blocker side. Big check on the far wall. Out the center. Noah Tambolio wheeling. Getting across the line. Noah Tambolio holding onto the puck. Dishing it out to Curry. And, Curry didn't give up. The puck did escape out the center and then sent down the ice with now less than 7 minutes to go in the third period. Jim McCabe here with you live on YouTube at the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. Got Sandwich versus Dennis coming up from Buzzards Bay after this one. Curry, the shot saved by the glove of Klim. It comes back out in front, and Lucas Garneau just sent it wide. It's back. And spinning with this one, Tambolio. He'll just send it along the near side boards. Now hustling out with it is Will Delman. Delman gets down low. And then checked off the puck by Jack Stone, who plays it along. And out the center, it's now Noah Tambolio with 15 seconds left on the Mashpee Monomoy power play. Good effort by Tambolio, but he was hounded by Anthony Kent. Brought back in by the Monarchs. Big check near side. That will be a penalty against Anthony Kent, unless we get anything more. Mashpee Monomoy goes back on the power play. That's awesome. That is awesome. Good stuff. Anthony Kent and Noah Tambolio just hugged it out. They looked all like they were going to descend into something pretty rough. But then, not so much. That does not negate the penalty that Anthony Kent is getting, though. New strategy, take the penalty, hug it out, and then think that they might forget it. I don't know. This will be literally 2 seconds of 5-on-3 before the transition to the next power play, and there it is. John Paul, the second player, is out, and he joins the action on the penalty kill. That's Weber. Here's Kyle Gabri sending it to the near side. Noah Tambolio shot up high. I don't know what that got on Klim, but he made the save, and then it's cleared. They don't ask how, they ask how many. 5.5 to go in the third period. 7-0 John Paul II. And then Mashpee Monomoy just trying to get on the scoreboard here. The cross-checking call against Kent. And it's just led back for Curtis Weber. Weber will send it over to Jack Richards. Richards will get the job done. Clear it out the center. This power play has gone uninterrupted in terms of a whistle. Jack Richards, hammer time down the ice, gets the glass. Curry brings it in. Cole Curry pivots on the near half wall, gets it out for Kyle Gabri. He'll pass it over to Noah Tambolio. Shot Klim makes a save right on, and no rebound. He holds on. Reminder, this game is being brought to you by Cape Cod Healthcare. And Cape Cod Healthcare's urgent care centers, ER-trained doctors, urgent care convenience in Hyannis, Sandwich, Falmouth, and Harwich. Get fast access to expert care for minor injuries, illness, or to x-ray suspected sprain or broken bone. No appointment necessary. Visit www.capecodhealth.org for more information. Cape Cod Healthcare, urgent healthcare. Played out the center, race for the puck. Joey Manning catches up to it. Tried to center it, but slowing him down was Alex Tosi via the stick. Sent back far side, 20 seconds left in the power play. Hurled along, connects cleanly to the stick of Noah Tambolio, but then a good poke check off of his stick by Jack Richards. And off the glass near side from Joey Manning, down into the Mashpee zone. 5 seconds left, and maybe we'll just have a little bit of 5-on-5 time here. Haven't had all that much in this game. It's been mostly power plays. Storming ahead is Gabri, backhander right through the crease. And into the John Paul II bench. Everybody look out. Everybody appears to be okay. And that allows us to thank our other sponsor for this game. That's Monomoy Real Estate and Construction, providing a unique, comprehensive, and highly personalized service to the regional real estate community. Let them help you create your own Cape Cod real estate reality. 508-945-0460, monomoyrc.com. We thank Monomoy Real Estate and Construction for sponsoring all of the Mashpee Monomoy games this season, as well as the Nauset High School games. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week possibility and reality here in this first season of doing this. These two teams will be in the same conference, the Cape and Islands League, not next year, but the year after that. Mashpee Monomoy is going in next year. JP2 is going in the following. Curtis Weber goes behind his net. Weber to the near side. Cole Curry neutralized that. Lucas Garneau gets to it on the near half wall. It squirts back. Curry couldn't keep it in, and the puck will roll into the Mashpee Monomoy zone. It is controlled behind his own net by Jack Stone. And now a turnover to John Paul II. It goes out to the point for Colin Hatton. Hatton almost made the move, but then fell, and then it's pushed the other way, and not able to catch up to that one, Owen McGovern. Less than 3 minutes to go in the third period. Now it's just a matter, will the zero stay on the scoreboard? Henry Klim, not unfamiliar with the concept of a shutout, and hoping maybe a little bit of help he'll get from the players in front of him if Mashpee Monomoy is able to get any more chances. This goes down, and this is icing on Mashpee Monomoy. In the Cape and Islands League as it exists currently, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, and Cape Tech are your teams. Upper Cape Tech plays Mashpee Monomoy on Saturday. Nantucket is playing Cape Tech, Cape Cod Academy tonight. They don't specify what time that game's happening. 5:15 puck drop, so that one should be ongoing, although there's been no reported score from the Nantucket Twitter account, and no score posted online on masshshockey.com, so that game is ongoing. Martha's Vineyard is taking on Cardinal Spellman, that plays in the Catholic Central 2. That's the conference of John Paul II. That is a final that happened, that just went final not too long ago, maybe an hour or so. Martha's Vineyard with the 3-1 win over Cardinal Spellman. Your other Catholic Central 2 opponents, Lowell Catholic and St. Joe Prep. And the only one in action besides Spellman, we mentioned playing Martha's Vineyard, that's St. Joseph Prep against Norwell in New Bedford. That game got underway an hour ago. JP2 head coach Chris Kent saying they've got a tough road ahead of them, but now because of tonight's win, they just need one more point. They play Cardinal Spellman next on Saturday at 12:45. Then they play Bishop Stang and St. Joe Prep. They just need 1 point, so they just need to get a tie for those three teams. Told you Mashpee Monomoy is in a situation where they need 4 points, then they still need 4 points, and now they have 3 games to do it. They need 4 out of a possible 6 points. And they play Upper Cape Tech next, who just got spanked by Nantucket. And you know they're probably stinging about that. Upper Cape Tech versus Mashpee Monomoy on Saturday at noon. That'll be at Gallo Arena in Buzzards Bay. They also play Middleborough Hull and East Bridgewater to finish things out. So the road to the playoffs looks pretty good for John Paul II. It's a little dicier for Mashpee Monomoy. It's a shutout for Henry Klim. It's a 7-0 final here at Hyannis Youth and Community Center. The game winner will go to Joey Manning. Manning with the three-point night. The hat trick to Sean Roycroft, and the 4 power play goals scored by John Paul II in this one. Mashpee Monomoy did not threaten all that much in this contest. That got chippy, and lots of penalties called in this one because of a little bit of that chippiness, and for other reasons as well. Mashpee Monomoy just could not stay out of the penalty box. Again, the final score 7-0. Mashpee Monomoy losing to St. John Paul II. Broadcast turns off, and it's going to turn right back on. We switch from the Mid Cape to the Upper Cape. It'll be Sandwich versus Dennis Yarmouth at 8 o'clock, and we invite you to tune in to that one. And we'll have that for you. Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week doubleheader on a Wednesday night. Part 2 will come up in just a little bit. For now, again, the final JP 2-7. Mashpee Monomoy, nothing. This is Jim McCabe saying so long for now.